Hey everyone, my name's Jamie. I use they them pronouns. Welcome back to my channel. Firstly, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which I live and on which I stand today. I pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging, and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people, as well as all First Nations people worldwide. Now, recently I've been really enjoying the fake marriage trope, right? Like fake marriage or kind of forced marriage or marriage of convenience, anything of that variety. So I thought I'd share a few gems I have I have been consuming. Now this is not just books. So this is like a couple books and a couple of animes which I've just been really enjoying. So if you like this trope, maybe you'd find some recommendations here. And if you have other recommendations for me, please let me know, because I would love to see more of this trope because I really enjoy it for some reason. I don't know why. It's just really good. So firstly, the one which got me into this trope so much, I think, is Spy Family, the anime. Now this is like very popular, so you've probably heard of it, but it's about this guy who's a spy and he has to like infiltrate the school, but to do that he needs like a fake family. So he adopts this kid who happens to be telepathic and he also finds someone who's willing to marry him, like as an agreement, and she is secretly an assassin. So you've got this guy who's secretly a spy and doesn't tell any of them, and this woman who's secretly an assassin and doesn't tell any of them, and this kid who is a telepath and doesn't tell any of them, but she obviously knows both of their secrets because she can read their mind, and it just makes for a very fun dynamic. It's very cute. Like there's a lot of kids who are just adorable, and like the adults as well. I just love them so much. I love all the characters. It's very domestic and like cozy and cute, but they're also like really badass, and like there's a lot of like cool like fight scenes and shit. I don't know, it's just it just makes me so happy. It just really does. Like something about this show, it just absolutely hits the exact spot, you know what I'm saying? And I love it very much. Like if there's anyone out there who still has not watched this, then like get onto it pronto, because it is gorgeous. Now another anime which I watched is it's called More Than a Married Couple But Not Lovers. Now it's a bit questionable. It's about this high school that, as one of their like assessments, everyone in the class gets paired up and they have to like live together and like pretend to be married, and they get like scored based on how good they are at being married. And so it's about the two main characters. They both have a crush on someone and they wanted to be paired with that person, but instead they got paired with each other. It's like the popular girl and this random nerd guy, right? And so obviously they don't want to be paired together, they want to be paired with their crushes, but their crushes also got paired together. So the plot is that the two main characters agree that they're going to try really hard to be really good at being married couple, get lots of points, because if you score in like the top 10, then you get to swap partners with another couple. So they promise they're gonna do really well so they can swap and they can both be like married to their crush. That's the premise. Oh, it's so cute. It's so cute. Like it's really questionable. There's a lot of weird shit going on. It's very just horny. Like it's very horny. There's a lot of like boob art, like a lot. But if you kind of like ignore that, you know, it's kind of cute. I really like the main girl. I just really love her, and the color palette of this too is just so pretty. Like a lot of them have like rainbow hair and all that shit, and it's just really cute. It's really fun. Like it's pretty bad quality. It's pretty bad quality, but it's enjoyable. It's very good to binge watch. I recommend for binge watching. And then we have a book, Serpent and Dove by Shelby, which I had not been planning to read because I'd heard a lot of people didn't like it. It's just generic TikTok romance, you know, but I found it for free, so I was like, well, I may as well read it if it's for free. And then after I'd been watching a couple of these animes and I was in my like fake marriage trope, you know, I was looking on my shelves for something fun to read. I picked this up, looked at the blurb, and it's about a marriage, like a forced slash unwilling slash like agreement type of marriage between a witch and a witch hunter, and I was like, that's exactly what I want to read. So yeah, I think it's a series. I don't know how many there are, but I don't think I'll read the sequels. I think I'll just stick to this one. I'm satisfied. But yeah, so it's basically it's set in like historic England type of witch burning era situation. So main character is a witch. It's between a witch and a witch hunter, kind of like a churchy soldier dude. So yeah, there's a bit of an extenuating circumstance, and they end up getting married for like protection kind of, and he doesn't know that she's a witch, because obviously if he knew she was a witch he would probably like kill her, so she doesn't tell him, and they get married. It was suitably angsty, it was very compelling, and the actual plot was kind of interesting too, like outside of the romance plot. So yeah, this is like a fantasy. It's pretty light on the fantasy though, mostly. Like there is some, I mean obviously they're witches, obviously there's some magic, but mostly it was just giving like historical fiction. It was kind of similar vibes to Once and Future Witches by Alex E. Harrow. So if you like that, you might like this. So yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It definitely fulfilled my craving for fake marriage trope. Although I will say I have no idea why it's called this. Like Serpent and Dove, like why does that come from? Like I read the whole book and I really don't understand why it's called Serpent and Dove. I think probably just because it sounded cool. I don't know, kind of questionable. Like, I mean, obviously, you know, there are a lot of jokes about the classic stupid titles like this, but some of them I get, some of them make sense, but this one doesn't make any sense. I don't know why it's called this, but regardless, it's a good book. It's not very good quality. I wouldn't have paid for it, I wouldn't have bought it, but I read it for free and I enjoyed it. Another book is The Bride Test by Helen Hoang, it's the second one in a trilogy, but like it's all about different characters, so you can read them out of order, it doesn't matter. So this one I read as an audiobook, and it's about a girl named Esme who she's struggling with a lot of things, like financially. She has a family that she needs to take care of, and this rich woman approaches her and says like, I'm looking for a girl to be my son's wife. He doesn't want to marry anyone, and I want him to marry someone. So she says to Esme, like, I'll pay for you, because she's in Vietnam, I'll pay for you to like go to America for the summer and like just live with my son in his house, and at the end of the summer, if he wants to marry you, marry him, and if he doesn't want to marry you, then you can just go home. There's like no consequences, you know. So Esme's like, okay, I'll do it. So she goes and tries to seduce this guy, tries to get him to marry her. He does not want to do this, but you know, she's in his house, he feels the duty to like take care of her kind of, and mostly she just annoys him. But you know, over time he kind of warms to the idea of having her in his life, you know. And it's very cute. So technically they're not married, but it's like the idea of marriage is kind of looming over everything. So in a similar vein to the other fake marriage things, it kind of infiltrates every interaction, because they're both just thinking about like, are we gonna get married? I'm here to marry you. But she's not doing it at first because she's in love with him. She's doing it again for like external reasons. So it kind of does give fake marriage / like marriage of convenience type of vibes. So yeah, it's pretty good. And then lastly, one which I recently finished watching is the anime Kakuriyo, which is about a woman who can see Ayakashi, and one day she gets taken to the hidden realm by an ogre, and he tells her that like her grandfather who just died like was in his debt, and he signed her away as like his collateral. So now she has to come and she has to marry this ogre to fulfill her grandfather's debt. But obviously she doesn't want to marry this ogre, so she decides she's gonna work it off instead. And he's like, there's so much debt, you literally could never pay it all if you worked off. And she's like, well, I'm gonna try anyway. And the ogre is like the master of this inn in the hidden realm, so she decides she's gonna get a job at the inn instead of marrying him, but no one will hire her. So she starts this little restaurant kind of in like a separate building just next to the inn, because she's really good at cooking. And so she decides she's gonna try and cook the debt away, as it were, instead of marrying him. And he like agrees to this, but the whole time, you know, he's still kind of referring to her as his bride and like kind of flirting with her, and like all the people in like the whole country have heard of her as his bride, because he's like, you know, the master lord of this really prestigious inn, and so he like protects her and stuff. It's very cute. There's only one series of it, and the ending was kind of unsatisfying. Like, okay, there's so much like plot external to their romance. Their romance was very kicked aside, which like I kind of get, obviously. Like the rest of the plot was really good, I enjoyed watching it, but definitely like the focus was kind of on other things, you know. But I'm not mad about it, it was good. Yeah, the animation was kind of questionable, especially like the talking, like the mouth shapes were really just not done very well. Like it was very sloppy, very lazy, but apart from that, it was good. It was very cute. and it made me very happy. So yeah, that's a bunch of random pieces of media with kind of marriage related tropes, which I've been really enjoying recently. So yeah, if you have any other fake marriage recommendations for me, be it anime or book or TV show or like anything, please let me know. Please let me know down below or on my Instagram, because I love this type of trope and I really would like to see more. And I'd be interested to hear if you have any good ones. And hopefully you like a couple of these. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please, click all the buttons down below. You know what to do. I hope you're having a wonderful day and or night. And I'll see you again next week with another video. Bye!